Right, ladies, here's a quick video on fibroids. Some of you have been asking, why did my fibroids grow in the first place? And some of you are asking, why do fibroids grow even after treatment? Like, you get them removed and they come back again. Or you have some sort of treatment like uterine artery embolization and it works temporarily, and then later on you grow more fibroids somewhere else in the womb. Well, here's why. It's down to a problem that I call the vicious circular problem of fibroids. You're trapped in a vicious cycle. And the cycle looks like this. In the first circle, you've got fibroid growth. And then that leads to another circle, which is fibroid symptoms. These symptoms can be heavy bleeding, pain, discomfort, infertility, you're unable to get pregnant, or even miscarriages like my wife had. Okay. Well, my wife's technically, they called it a miscarriage, but they also called it a forced termination because that fibroid was so big, it left no more room for our baby girl to grow in the womb. And so the doctors had to forcefully terminate the pregnancy, which is a sad situation. We had to bury our baby girl and wouldn't wish that on anybody. But yeah, the fibroids lead to these symptoms. Symptoms might even include iron deficiency anemia, which my wife also suffered from. So you get these symptoms, and that leads to the next circle, which is you go visit your doctor for treatment. Then the doctor recommends you go see a fibroid specialist, and then who prescribes one of three options. Usually watch and wait. That means do nothing, just wait and see what happens. Or they prescribe drugs to help you with your fibroid, or they prescribe surgery of some kind, which might be a myomectomy to remove the fibroid. It might be uterine artery embolization. It might even be a hysterectomy, the worst of all, where they remove the woman's womb altogether, which may cause a whole new set of problems, by the way. Usually women then have to be on hormone replacement therapy for the rest of their life. But because none of these treatment options actually deal with what causes fibroids to grow in the first place, the conditions in your body that cause fibroids to grow in the first place, what happens is that circle leads back to the first circle, which is fibroid growth. You get more fibroid growth. So imagine this. You've got fibroid growth, you get these fibroid symptoms, you go see a doctor, sends you to a fibroid specialist for treatment, and let's say the treatment option is remove the fibroid. You get the fibroid removed, and then what happens is, because that didn't deal with the conditions that caused fibroids to grow in the first place, which you'll find is high levels of estrogen in your body, what happens is, because the high levels of estrogen are still in your body then grows more fibroids, right? So that doesn't work, cutting the fibroids out. That's why they regrow. And then you go around the circle again. The fibroids grow, so you get the symptoms. You go see the doctor who sends you to a fibroid specialist. And let's say they decide to give you uterine artery embolization. Well, that doesn't work either. Why? Well, you're still not tackling the root cause. You see, the fibroid is not the root cause of the problem. The fibroid is actually a symptom of a deeper problem. The fibroid is a symptom of too much estrogen in the body. That's the root cause, right? These estrogen chemicals, they're coming from external sources. The woman's body produces estrogen. Her ovaries produces estrogen, but the body can handle its own estrogen. We'll make that assumption. But what happens is estrogen is coming in through hormonal birth control, such as the pill, the coil, maybe some patches or whatever. Even if you don't take any of those, you're getting it through the tap water, because as good as our filtration system is in the West, it doesn't filter out, these hormones that get into the tap water. It's coming in through plastics, the chemicals they use to harden plastics, even BPA-free plastics. They have chemicals that produce estrogenic activity in the body, and which binds to the same receptors as estrogen does in the body. So they behave just like estrogen in the body. They mimic estrogen. And this causes a problem. It's you get it through dairy. Like many farmers, to make more profits with the milk, from their cows and so on, they inject their cows with certain hormones to fatten them up and make them grow faster. These chemicals make their way into the milk. The milk becomes butter, becomes cheese, becomes cream, or whatever, all these different things, ice cream. And you're eating these things not realizing they're loaded with hormones which end up in your body. And that gives rise to fibroids if you're susceptible to fibroid growth, or you have what I call the fibroid trait. And then you go around a vicious cycle again, right? And here's what's really disturbing about uterine artery embolization. It's this. The theory is that if they pump millions of plastic pellets into your artery, into the artery that feeds the fibroid, then it will starve the fibroid of blood and the fibroid will die by itself. But what's the problem with that? If plastics cause estrogenic activity, and then they're saying, let's pump millions of plastic pellets into your artery to starve the fibroid and kill the fibroid. Do you see what the problem is? They're prescribing a treatment to kill your fibroid that actually floods your body with more estrogenic activity and causes more fibroids to grow. So it's only a temporary fix and doesn't really work long term, right? In order to deal with fibroids, you've got to tackle the root cause of fibroids, and that is estrogenic activity. And the NHS website, I'll show you, says, you go there, it says, we don't know what causes fibroids. The cause of fibroids is unknown. But it's been linked to the hormone estrogen. That's what it says. And then they go on to say, we've noticed that when estrogen levels are high, fibroids grow. And when estrogen levels drop, such as when a woman reaches menopause, the fibroids often shrink by themselves. So right there is a major clue. They say they don't know what causes fibroids, but at the same time, they're telling you what the answer is. It's staring at you in the face. So don't be confused about this anymore, ladies. Don't go through what me and my wife went through. Don't allow this stuff to happen to you. Wake up, because the root cause is estrogen. That's it. It's in our tap water. It's in hormonal birth control. It's in dairy products. It's in plastics. And if you cut these sources out, fibroid growth will eventually come to a halt. It will slow down. It will come to a halt, and your body will begin to fix itself. And there are ways to speed that process up. And so this is what we, my wife and I, have now decided to dedicate our time doing, is sharing this message and creating a community of women who can help each other and who understand this and can help other women in the future. Because, I feel passionate about this. We lost our baby girl, and we had to bury her. She never got to see the light of day. And we don't wish that upon anyone. We wouldn't want anyone to have to go through this. And I kind of think about, what if it was my mother who was pregnant, with me, and she had a massive fibroid tumor that left no more room for me to grow? I would have never have been born. And, everybody in this world today is born through a woman, and we need our women to remain healthy. And so, take this message on board. Just understand, you're trapped. If you're suffering with fibroids right now, you're trapped in a vicious cycle at the moment, and you've got to break out of that circle. Conventional wisdom, because not enough money is going into research into fibroids. The conventional methods are tackling the symptoms and not the root cause. We figured out what the root cause is because we made some assumptions. We said, let's assume it's estrogen that's causing this problem. And let's find out all of the sources where estrogen is coming from. And then let's cut those sources out. and then let's detoxify the body to get rid of the excess estrogen that's in our body, and let's just put the right foods into our body that doesn't flood our body with estrogen. We call this the sun method, the sun framework for shrinking fibroids. The S stands for stop doing the things that cause fibroids to grow in the first place. The U stands for undo the damage, which essentially means detoxify your body from these the excess estrogen that's already made its way into your body. And the N means nourish your body with the right nutrients. So that's the framework. If you like the information that you received so far in this video, and you'd like to see more videos tackling this topic, please give me the thumbs up. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and have a look below, because I'm going to be sharing a link to the community that I'm creating at the moment called the Fibroid Code Cracked. And it's a platform, a free platform on a platform called Skool. And the link will be below this video. If it's not there at the moment, it will be in the near future, so keep checking. And I'll include it in all the videos that on this channel at a later date. But it will be launching in the next few days to a couple of weeks, and we'll be sharing a ton of information, special resources to help you shrink fibroids, end the debilitating symptoms of fibroids permanently, for good, without them returning, because you'll be tackling the root cause, as my wife and I discovered. Okay, for now, stay safe, stay well, stay healthy. And yeah, catch up on the next video.